You all a very happy Diwali. All right. Namo Namas Sarvebhyah. Greetings to all of you. Sanskrita Bhasha Shikshane Bhavatam Hardam Swagatam. A heartfelt welcome to you all for Sanskrit learning. Jayatu Samskritam. Victory be to Sanskrit scholarship. This class will be an introduction to Sanskrit language. But before I start this class, I'm going to chant few prayers. Om Paninaye Namaha. Salutations to sage Panini. Vakyakaram Vararuchim. Bhashyakaram Patanjalim. Paninim Sutrakaram Cha. Pranatosmi Munitrayam. I remain saluting to the three sages, Panini, who created the sutras, Vararuchi Katyana, who wrote the Vartika, and Patanjali, who wrote the Mahabhashya. Next, a prayer to Goddess Saraswati. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupani Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Salutation to you, O Goddess Saraswati, who is the giver of boons and who has a beautiful form. Let there always be success for me as I begin my studies. Now a little about myself. My name is, as you all know, my name is Kumud Singhal. I did my PhD in statistics from University of Waterloo and worked at Bell Labs. I have been a student of Vedanta for many years and have been teaching Hindu religion and culture to children and Sanskrit to adults. These classes will be a joint effort. At times, you might find the subject matter confusing and challenging, but I request you to continue. I will go slowly and repeat myself often, especially in the beginning, so the fundamentals are clear. Asking questions and doing homework will definitely help. Now some general information. As you know, there will be weekly classes on Wednesdays from 8 to 9 p.m. and the same Zoom link will be for all the classes. The classes will be recorded. AVC Sanskrit webpage. All the information and material regarding the class will be on this webpage. There are 3 links on the webpage which you will find very useful. The first will be the online Sanskrit dictionary. Second, the declension and conjugation tables and sandhi. And third, how to write the Devanagari script. This will be handy when you are doing your homework. Links to Zoom recordings, PDFs of the PowerPoint slides, and homework will be also on the AVC Sanskrit webpage. My YouTube channel, Zoom and other videos will be loaded there. If you subscribe to this channel, YouTube will inform you when a new video is loaded. WhatsApp group, announcements, cancellations, etc. will be posted to this group. I'll follow my 2 books, Sanskrita Sahakari Vyakaranam and Sanskrita Sahakari Katha, Grammar and Stories. Course outline. This class is about a brief introduction to Sanskrit. Then the next classes will be on Sanskrit alphabet, building blocks of the Sanskrit language, Sandhi rules. This will involve vowel Sandhi, Visarga Sandhi, and consonant Sandhi. Then I'm going to talk about verbs, nouns, pronouns, and adjectives. And finally, krit suffixes. Classes will include reading simple stories from the Sanskrit Sahakari storybook and grammatical analysis of few verses from Bhagavad Gita. This will help in proper pronunciation, vocabulary, and understanding of the grammar rules. Questions. Please do not hesitate to ask questions if the subject matter is not clear to you. You can post questions in the comment section of the Zoom videos. You can also write to me privately or post to the WhatsApp group. I will allot 10 minutes at the end of the class for question and answers. Please post your question in the chat. I will answer them in sequence. If you have problems framing the question, write the slide number and I will go through the slide again. Homework. It is very important that you do the homework. Language classes are very different than the classes on Vedanta or Bhagavad Gita. Homework PDF links will be posted on the web page and also in the Zoom video comment section. The answers will also be included. I have a couple of requests to make. First, please do not miss the class unless necessary due to personal or professional reasons. If you miss the class, please watch the recordings and do the homework if it is there. Please let me know of any errors, typo or otherwise, you spot in any of the documents or the two books. With this, now I'm going to give the brief introduction. Bhasha sumukhya madhura divya givarna bharati. Amongst languages, the most important, the sweetest, the most divine is the language of the gods, meaning Sanskrit. As you all know, the Sanskrit language has immense significance in our tradition. Starting from the Vedas, it has been the primary vehicle for the expression of ideas, knowledge, etc. through the ages. Learning Sanskrit grammar is necessary for us to be able to read, understand, and appreciate the original works of our tradition, be it the epic Ramayanam of the sage Valmiki or the works of Adi Shankaracharya. The grammar of Sanskrit language was originally composed by three sages, Munitrayam. Trayam means three. The first and foremost of these three is Panini in 5th century BCE. His magnum opus, Ashtadhyayi, is a book of 8 chapters and is the primary source book of Sanskrit grammar. The Ashtadhyayi is in the form of terse rules or aphorisms called Sutrani. It contains close to 4,000 such short rules in a form that can be easily memorized by an eager student of Sanskrit. The other two important grammarians are Kathyayanaha, the author of the Vartikani, rules supplementary to the Ashtadhyayi, and Patanjali, author of the Mahabhashyam, the great commentary on the Ashtadhyayi. Now the word Samskritam is derived from the root kra, meaning to do, with a prefix sam, which means well. So the word Samskritam means that which is well done. Samskritam is also called Deva Bhasha, meaning language of the gods. Etymologically, the word means a language which is effulgent. The uniqueness of the language is that it uses 2,200 verbal roots, which are called dhatus, to generate an entire vocabulary of millions of words. These roots are defined by Panini and compiled in a book called Dhatu Patha. Now you ask, what is a verbal root? A verbal root is the starting point of each derived word. It reveals the nature of the object that the word stands for. For example, the words shariram and deha, both of these words mean body. Shariram is derived from the root shra, which means to decay or to waste away. So the etymological meaning of shariram is that which will waste away. The word deha comes from the root dih, which means to anoint. And the etymological meaning of deha is thus that which anoints. Now, let us take the word ramaha. Ramaha is derived from the root ram, meaning to please. The etymological meaning of ramaha is ramate iti ramaha, meaning he who gives happiness. So each word in the Sanskrit language can be traced back to its root. No dictionary can hope to include all the words that are formed from these roots by the addition of prefixes and suffixes according to well-defined roots. A compound formation is another way of custom designing words from smaller structural units. The word gajanana is a compound of two words, gaja meaning elephant and anana meaning face. So this compound means one who has the face of an elephant, a name of Lord Ganesha. Anyone who knows the grammar of Sanskritam can construct new words using these methods. Sanskritam is a phonetically precise, that is, every sound is represented by a unique symbol. Unlike English, where but is but and put is put. Any script which can convey an exact correspondence between sound and symbol can be used to write Sanskritam. The commonly used script for Sanskritam is called Devanagari. Representation of every sound by a unique symbol results in a large number of letters for Sanskritam. For example, vowel symbol represents simple vowel sounds in the beginning of a word, but a different symbol represents a vowel following a consonant. Let us look at the word iti. Iti means thus. Now, iti has a vowel e in the beginning, a consonant th, and followed by another vowel e. So this vowel, which is in the beginning, is left as it is. But this vowel is following a consonant, so it is written as this symbol, which is a vertical line and a little semicircle on the top. So the consonant plus E is represented by T. So this E is on the left of the. Let us look at the word Ramah. These two dots are called Visarga, and it is the ha sound, Ramah. Ramah has this consonant R, and it is followed by a vowel A. And then there is a consonant M, vowel A, and a Visarga. So the vowel A is following the consonant R. So A is replaced by a vertical line on the right. So R plus A is R with a vertical line. So this is the way the vowels are represented when they follow a consonant. There are 13 vowels in Sanskrit language, and all these 13 vowel symbols have different abbreviated forms. For example, the consonant is always written with a vertical line at the bottom. So K plus A is Ka. If you add the vowel A to the consonant K, it is Ka, and it is written with this vertical line towards the right. If you add the vowel E to the consonant K, it is written as Ki. So the symbol of E is this thing on the left. K plus E has the same symbol, but it is written towards the right. K plus the vowel U is written as Ku, which has this symbol. And K plus U is written K with a long. We are going to talk about in much detail in the next class, in the next alphabet class. So don't worry about it right now if you don't follow it. Similarly, the conjunction of two consonants is not represented by combining the two individual symbols, but rather by a unique symbol, which is called a conjunct consonant. For example, in the word swaraha, swaraha has a consonant sa, a consonant v, a vowel a consonant r, a vowel a, and a visarga. Now these two, sa and va, there is no vowel. So this is a conjunct consonant. Now it is not written as sa and va, but it is written as swa. So the vertical line of sa is dropped. So this is how, and different conjunct consonants are written in different ways. Now, when two sounds come together in Sanskritam, they combine with one another according to well-defined set of rules called euphonic combination or sandhi rules. The term samhita refers to the extreme closeness between letters during pronunciation. When the letters are pronounced close together, sometimes a change in the letters is seen. In simple terms, closeness plus change is equal to sandhi. When we speak quickly, we make many kinds of small and subconscious changes to the way we speak. For example, when we speak the sentence Sita Ashvam Ichhati, meaning Sita wants a horse. Ashwam, horse, Ashwam, horse is Ashwam in Sanskrit, and wants is Ichhati. Now, when we speak this sentence, Sita Ashwam Ichhati, quickly, it is difficult to pause after the ending A in Sita and start again with the beginning of Ashwam. So by combining these two sounds, A of Sita and A of Ashwam, into a single sound A and pronounce Sitashwam instead of Sita Ashvam, our speech remains fast and smooth. Now, let's visit this sentence one more time. Sita Ashvam Ichhati. So the sandhi was between the long A of Sita and the beginning A of Ashvam. So the long A of Sita and A of Ashvam together became a long A. So there was closeness and there was a change in the letter. Now, what happens between these two words, which is Ashvam and Ichhati? So Ashvam ends in a consonant ma, and Ichhati begins with the vowel E. So there is a closeness between these two letters. But here, the vowel is following a consonant, so there is no sandhi, there is no change in the letter. So here, even though there is closeness, but this is not a sandhi. So ma plus E is simply written as me. So in this sentence, Sita Ashvam Ichhati, there is a sandhi between Sita and Ashvam, and no sandhi between Ashvam and Ichhati. Now let us look at another example. If you pronounce the words Deva and Indra number of times, like Deva Indra, Deva Indra, Deva Indra, you will soon find that you are pronouncing Devendra instead of Deva and Indra. So here what is happening is that Deva ends in an A and Indra begins with an E. So this A and E combine together and form a vowel A. So Deva plus Indra is Devendra. So here there is a sandhi. So the vowel A follows this consonant V and becomes Ve. So Devendra means chief of gods. Indra means chief and Deva means gods. There are three kinds of sandhis in Sanskrit. One is called a vowel sandhi. A vowel sandhi happens in two words when the first word ends in the vowel and the second word also begins with the vowel. So as we see in this sentence, Sita Ashvam Ichhati, there is a vowel sandhi here, ending A of Sita and beginning A of Ashvam, but no sandhi between the ending consonant of Ashvam and the vowel of Ichhati. So now look at this thing. Sita Ashvam Ichhati becomes a single word, which is Sita Ashvam Ichhati. So these three words combine together and become a single word. Sita Ashvam Ichhati. Now the second sandhi is Visarga sandhi. Visarga sandhi is like, if you look at the sentence, Arjunaha Uvacha. Now this is the Visarga, Arjunaha. So the Visarga after sandhi is Arjuna Uvacha. So the Visarga is dropped. So in Visarga sandhi, either the Visarga is dropped or it is replaced by some other letter. And the third sandhi is consonant sandhi, where the changes happens to a consonant. So in this sentence, Vak plus Devi. Vak ends in a consonant K, and it changes after sandhi to a consonant G. So Vak plus Devi after sandhi becomes Vag Devi. Vak means speech, Devi means goddesses. So Vag Devi means goddess of speech. So a text which appears complicated at first, like this long word, Sitashvamichhati, is actually composed of simple words once the sandhis are broken. So if you break this long word, Sitashvamichhati, it is Sita Ashvam Ichhati. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about Maheshwara Sutrani. Coming back to Panini's Ashtadhyayi, one of the main features that has aided Panini in keeping the rules short has been the Maheshwara Sutrani. These are 14 aphorisms which do not belong to Ashtadhyayi per se, yet play an important part in it. The Maheshwara Sutrani are said to have been revealed by Maheshwara, Lord Shiva himself. They are believed to have originated from Lord Shiva's Tandav dance. Panini has based his entire grammatical work on these 14 sutras. To avoid the detailed recital of the letters, he used what is called the Pratyahara. It is very much like saying A to Z available here. Let's hear the Maheshwara Sutrani.
Ayuna Rudraka Evom Ayavoj Hayavarata Lana Nyamanganama Jabhaya Ghadadasha Jabagadadasha Kapa Chatata Chatatavu Kabaya Shashasara Hala Iti Maheshwarani Sutrani.
So, for example, when Panini wished to list only the vowels, he just said ach and no more. Look at the sutras. Which sutra has a in it? The first sutra, I Una, has a in it. Which sutra has cha in it? The sutra number 4 has cha in it. So between a and cha, you will have all the vowels. So ignore every alphabet with a halanta. Halanta means the slanted line underneath the letter. They are called the it letters and are only indicatory letters which disappear the minute the purpose of indication has been fulfilled. So if we list all the letters between a and cha, ignoring the it letters, we will have a, e, u. Ignore this one because this has an halanta, so this is an it letter. Then r, again ignoring this one. A, ow, ignoring this one. I, ow. So ach contains a, e, u, r, a, o, I, ow. Now these 5 letters which are highlighted in blue are called simple vowels. And these 4 which are highlighted in pink are called diphthongs. Diphthongs are actually combinations of 2 simple vowels. And these simple vowels, they have a short form and a long form. So for example, the vowel a has 2 forms, a short form a and a long form a. The vowel e again has 2 forms, e and e. U again has u and u. R, the short form r and the long form r. And r vowel doesn't have a long form. So in total, in Sanskritam, there are 13 vowels. A, I, U, U, R, A, I, O, Au. So just by saying ach, you don't have to list all the 13 vowels. Panini just said, just if you use the pratyahara ach, it means that these are all the 13 vowels. Now let us look at the pratyahara hal. Hal pratyahara includes all the consonants. The sound ha occurs twice in the sutrani, once in the 5th sutram here, and again in the last sutram here. However, the hal pratyahara is always counted from the first ha, making the name hal stand for all the consonants. Now the vowel a is added to the consonants to aid in the pronunciation. A consonant is always represented by a halanta. And so it's very difficult to pronounce. So k plus a is ka. So if you start counting the consonants from here to here, they are ha, ya, va, ra, ignoring the t, which is an it letter, la, again ignoring ra, which is an it letter, ya, ma, nga, ra, na, ignoring ma, which is a it letter. You have a list of all the consonants. They are in total 33 consonants in Sanskrit language. Now, Devanagari letters are pronounced from the throat to the lips of the vocal cord, of the vocal anatomy, and the place, which means the places of sound articulation. So the sound starts from the throat, go to the palatal, then the roof of the mouth, then the teeth, and then the lips. So these 33 consonants are grouped in this way. So for example, the consonants k, k, g, gh, are coming from the throat, and they are called gutturals. Then ch, ch, j, jh, y, they are coming from the palatal. So these consonants are called palatals. T, th, d, dh, n are coming from the cerebral, roof of the mouth. So they are called cerebrals. T, th, d, dh, n are coming from the teeth. So they are called dentals. P, p, b, bh, m are coming from the lips, and they are called labials. Then ya, ra, la, va are semivowels. Sh, sh, sa are sibilants, and then you have the consonant ha. There's always a confusion in pronunciation of sh and sh. The easy way to remember is that sh is pronounced as in Shiva. So Shiva, sh, and Krishna, sh. The vowels and the consonants and the details of the alphabets will be discussed in the next class. So Panini has worked on 41 such pratyaharas in his Ashtadhyayi. Now I will give you 2 examples which will show how Panini has used these pratyaharas in his sutras in a highly sophisticated, compact, and elegant way. So let us see what is example 1. In the Ashtadhyayi Sutram, 6.1.77, Iko Yanachi. 6.1.77 means that this sutram is from the Ashtadhyayi chapter 6, section 1 and number 77. Each chapter has 4 sections or 4 padas. So what does this sutram mean? In this sutram, if you do the sandhi, it becomes ikaha yana achi. So ikaha is a pratyahara, yan is a pratyahara, and achi is ach, which means all the vowels. So let us see what the pratyahara ik has. The pratyahara ik has 4 letters, e, u, r, and r. And they are from the sutrams 1 and 2. So the first sutram is this one, a, e, u, r, and r, l, k. So e starts from here. So if you start counting, you have e, u, ignoring the it letter, r, and r. So the ik pratyahara has these 4 letters. The pratyahara yan is coming from the sutrams 5 and 6. So ya, ya, va, ra, and la. So the pratyahara yan has letters ya, va, ra, and la for sutras 5 and 6. So the sutra says an ik, which is followed by a vowel achi, is converted to a corresponding yan. What does this mean? This means that if an ik letter, which is e, let's say e, if e is followed by a vowel, then e is replaced by a ya. So if the ending, if in a word, if which ends with an e, and if the next word starts with a vowel, then this e is replaced by ya. So if you look at this example, yadi plus api. So yadi plus api ends in this vowel e, and api starts with the vowel a. So e will be replaced by ya. So yadi plus api after sandhi becomes yadyapi, which means although. Let me go through this one more time. This sutra, Iko Yanyachi, says that if a letter belonging to the ik pratyahara, or meaning the letters e, u, r, r, are followed by any vowel, then they are replaced by ya, va, ra, and la respectively. So if e, the ending e of the first word, is followed by a beginning vowel of the second word, then e will be replaced by ya, u will be replaced by a va, ra will be replaced by a ra, and ra by a la. So the example here is yadi plus api. Yadi ends in the vowel e. Api begins with the vowel a. So there is a closeness here. And there is also a change of the letter. E is replaced by ya. So this is a sandhi. So yadi plus api becomes yadyapi. So you see that by just two words, Panini has described a vowel sandhi. So how compact and elegant way he has done this. Let's look at the next example. Now the next example says, or let me just go back here. Now here, if you see, the word e is followed by the vowel a. Now what happens if this vowel is not a, but it is e? It is a similar vowel. then a different Sandhi rule applies. A different Sandhi takes precedence, and that is the example number 2. So in this example, Muni plus Indra. Now, Muni ends in the vowel E, right? Muni ends in the vowel E, Muni. Indra starts with the vowel E. So they are same. So here, these two vowels are replaced by a long E. So Muni plus Indra becomes Munindra, chief of sages. So this is another Sandhi which is called Akaha Savarne Dirgha. In this Sandhi, the Pratyahara is Ak, and Ak has 5 letters in these 2 sutrams. So A, and it ends with a K. So Aka's Pratyahara has A, E, U, replacing this it letter, R, R. So Ak has 5 letters, A, E, U, R, and L. So this sutra says that when simple vowels, A or A, E or E, U or U, R, R, and R are followed by similar simple vowel, they both are replaced by a long vowel. So what does this mean? This means that if the first word ends either in A or in A, and the next word begins either in A or in A, then both are replaced by a long A. Similarly, if the first word ends in E or E, and the next word starts with E or E, then they both are replaced by long E. And same with other vowels. So if we visit back the previous example, Sita, Ashwam. Remember this example? So Sita ends in a long A. Ashwam starts in a short A. So by this Sandhi, Akaha Savarne Dirgha, the both A and A will be replaced by A. So now A is following this consonant Ta, so it will be replaced by this symbol, right? Like this long vertical line. So Sita Ashwam, after Sandhi will become Sita Ashwam. So A plus A becomes a long A. So I just gave you a very brief introduction to Panini. This gives you an understanding, a little bit of understanding of the grammar of Sanskrit language. I'm going to read you 2 comments about this language by Leonard Bloomfield, who is an American linguist, and Paul Kipersky, who is a professor of linguistics at Stanford University. Leonard Bloomfield writes, the descriptive grammar of Sanskrit, which Panini brought to its perfection, is one of the greatest monuments of human intelligence and an indispensable model for the description of languages. Paul Kipersky writes, modern linguistics acknowledges it as the most complete generative grammar of any language yet written, and continues to adopt technical ideas from it. Recent research also shows that Sanskrit is the most suitable language to develop computer programming for artificial intelligence. Now, I will end the class with the chanting of a Shanti mantra, which I think all of you know. This Shanti mantra is from Ishavasyopanishad, from Yajurveda chapter 40. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I will give a brief analysis of this verse. So in order to understand the meaning of this verse, we first do Sandhi Vicheda. Sandhi Vicheda means breaking up into smaller structural units. So Purna Madaha is composed of two words, Purnam Adaha. Purnamidam is Purnam Idam. Purnat Purnamudachyate is Purnat Purnam Udachyate. Purnasya Purnamadaya is Purnasya Purnam Adaya. Purnameva Vashishyate is Purnam Eva Avashishyate. In this verse, Purnam is used many times. Purnam is a noun and it means fullness or completeness. Adaha and idam are two pronouns. Adaha means that and idam means this. Adaha stands for Brahman. That stands from Brahman, and this stands for the universe or the apparent creation. There are two verbs, udachyate, which means comes about. Adai is a gerund, which means having removed, and avashishyate is a verb form, which means remains. Eva is an avya, which is used for emphasis and means only. So Purnam Adaha means that is fullness, or Brahman is fullness. Purnam Idam means this is fullness, or the universe or this apparent creation is fullness. Purnat Purnam Udachyate means that from that fullness, this fullness comes about, or from Brahman, this apparent creation comes about. Purnasya Purnam Adaya, of that fullness, this fullness having removed. It means that from Brahman, after the apparent creation of the universe having removed, Purnam eva avashishyate, only that fullness remains, meaning only Brahman remains. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shanti means peace, and it is chanted 3 times. So it is chanted 3 times because we are praying that the remove suffering from Adi Daivika, any sufferings arising from the divine origin. Adi Bhautikaha, or from suffering from the material world, and Adhyatmika, meaning suffering due to our own wrong thinking. Now we're going to go to question answers, and I will look at the chat window and see if any of you have written any questions. I don't see any questions here. So let's then go to introduction.
Namaste Kumuji, actually I have a question.
Sure.
So when we actually pronounce that mantra which we just did it,
Mm-hmm.
so we said Shanti, Shanti, and Shanti.
Okay, there is a sandhi in that mantra. Oh, let me just go. Yeah, there is a sandhi there. Like if I pronounce this as Om Shantish Shantish Shantihi. There are two ways to pronounce it. You can pronounce it as Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi. That is also correct. Or there is a sandhi going on here, and you can pronounce it as Om Shantish Shantish Shantihi.
Got it. Yeah, that I was just seeking that clarification. Thank you.
Okay.
And second question I have is the it letter, which it basically what we talked about.
Yeah. Let me-
I know about it, but not necessarily I understand the concept of this.
Okay, it letters are like just indicatory letters. Like you in Sanskrit, they are used many often. They just they don't serve any like this. They have a purpose to serve, but they don't mean anything. For example, it is you could so they are just like markers. So like this sutram ends in this it letter, or like you say ach. So, but they disappear. There are many functions, I have to, right now, I think maybe later I could explain it a little more detail.
Sure.
For here, for these sutrams, you could just say that these are the letters, as a marker they are used.
Got it. Thank you.
Kumuji, this is Rani. I have two questions for you.
Okay.
One is, will the slides be available on the ABC Sanskrit page?
Yes. Yeah, the PDF, the PDF of the slides will be available.
Okay. My second question is, I know the Devanagari quite well.
Yeah.
But I don't quite understand the concept of these markers, the it letters. When you say markers, what does it mean? I mean,
those are not the part of Devanagari. Sorry, let me just go there. Yeah.
Like Ra and Cha, they're all
no, like if you look at this look at these sutrams, right? Like these are the 14 Maheshwar Sutranis, right? So these letters, this is just in this particular Sutranis, they're called the it letters.
Okay.
So this letter, let's say Ka, will appear somewhere else also, like Ka is appearing here.
Mm-hmm.
So the 33 consonants are here if you ignore all these it letters. So here they are markers.
Okay.
Like it letters have different functions in different contexts. So here, this is like a marker for this particular, like these sutrams. And they just say, like if you say ach, right? So and a cha, so it is just like a marker here. But the consonant cha is appearing somewhere else here also. I don't know, let me search for it.
It's in the 11th.
Here, it is in this 11th sutra. Don't this is a Panini in grammar, like we are not going to use these it letters. These are just in this particular sutranis.
Okay. Thank you.
Any more questions? Okay, okay. So right now, 32 students have been registered. Like, it would be nice if, you all folks could introduce yourself. So when I call your name from this list, I have this list, unmute yourself and introduce yourself briefly and then mute yourself again. So I don't know how many of you are present right now. So let's start. Geeta Sood, is Geeta there? No. Ranjana, you want to say something?
Yeah, Rani, I don't know, what do you want me to say in introduction? I'm not sure.
I don't anything. Just
Okay. So my common name that everybody knows is Rani Goel. And I've been studying Vedanta with Vijay Kapoorji for quite some time, I think since 2003, 2004. I have studied Sanskrit in high school, but that was quite a long time ago, maybe 4 or 5 decades ago. I did some brush up work with BJG back in 2004, 2005. But I'd like to learn it again and refresh and learn again the Sandhi rules, etc. Because I'm in a lot of Vedantic texts, and I just want it be able to understand it better.
Okay. Balkrishna, sorry. Balkrishna. No. Shubha. Suvarna.
Kumar, this is Geeta. I'm sorry, when you were
Okay,
probably talking
Geeta.
about
Yeah,
me,
Geeta.
my connection was not very stable, but I have learned Sanskrit in school, and my main purpose is really to be able to understand all the mantras and be able to read all the scriptures. So brushing up, but getting more understanding of Sanskrit. That's my purpose of this class.
Okay. Then we'll Shubha. Suvarna.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Thank you, Kumuji. But I'm again trying. My first attempt, I could not because of commitment, and this is my first time. So I think I'm more like on a kindergarten level.
That's okay.
But I think it will be interesting, and let's hope I hang on to it. Thank you
Okay.
so much for taking me again. Thank you. And I am. Taking classes of Vijay Kapoorji for
Okay.
last about 4 or 5 years now.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Poonam.
Yeah, Namaste Kuji and everyone else. If you see Poonam Yadav or Poonam Agrawal, it's the same person.
Okay.
Just the last name is kind of varies depending upon the account I use to log in. I'm with Vijayji. I'm one of the recent students and started with Vijayji this year. Yes, after the retreat, we had it in the ashram.
Mhm.
And I have some knowledge of Sanskrit, but not to the extent like today's class was very useful, for example. So
All right. Thank
looking
you.
forward for that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Alka. No. Prakash. I see Prakash.
Hi. Yeah. I'm sorry, Malika.
Alka, yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm also recently joined Vijay Kapoorji, and through that I came to Sanskrit class. And the reason is the same, that I want to read scriptures and mantras, and it will be good if I understand the meaning so that I can, when I say the mantra, I have a understanding of it. So that's the reason to learn Sanskrit. And I'm basically like a kindergarten. I also don't know much about Sanskrit. I hope. Thanks for giving this class.
You're welcome. Shashi? No, okay. Neeta?
Yes, yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, hi. So I'm Neeta Muni. I live here in San Jose and learning Vedanta through Swami Chinmaya Mission Organization as well as Swami Paramarthananda. And also last more than 4 years, 5 years, yeah, I've been attending Vijayji's classes online. And so I think this learning Sanskrit will really help me pronounce all those verses in Sanskrit and Gita's verses and all. That's the main goal, to read the scriptures very well. And so that's the purpose of learning the Sanskrit lessons. And I can read Devanagari, so hopefully that will help. I think this today's class really cleared few of the simple rules. I could understand that. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Prakash.
Yeah, I'm Prakash. I'm Vijayji's student for a long time. I tried Sanskrit, learning Sanskrit maybe 10, 15 years back, but somehow I couldn't continue. So hopefully this time, I'll get into something. So anyway, it's a good, your way of teaching is really unique. And maybe the sutra and all those things, maybe the first time I am hearing, before Vijayji was doing it in a different way. So and I know Devanagari, but I don't know. I'm not a Hindi speaking. So, but I know my mother tongue is Malayalam, and
Yeah,
Malayalam, I heard that it is very close to Sanskrit. That's what
right. Yeah.
hopefully I'll figure it out. Hopefully it will be easy. So this time I'm trying to. I will try my best to.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Natalia. Yeah, Natalia.
Yes, hello everybody. Thank you so much for this offering. I appreciate it. I started with, well, kind of getting familiar with, I'm not sure if it's Sanskrit or overall, with Vijay Kapoor, because he kind of started to introduce us to different chants and things. So right now I'm also rolled in 300-hour yoga teacher training. So a little bit of introduction to Sanskrit there as well. So I'm very excited to learn more. So I'm able to chant and also teach others how to chant more properly. Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome. Anjali. Anjali, there are two Anjalis. Anjali D.L. Deshmukh.
Yes. Hi, Namaste, Kumji.
Namaste, Anjali.
So as you know, I've been learning with Vijayji for a long time. I attempted to learn Sanskrit with him 3 times, but I could not keep up with the homework. So there was no progress. Now that I'm retired, I'm hoping I'll be able to keep up with the homework and go forward. So really glad that you have agreed to teach us again. So, yes. And just one correction, my last name is spelled Deshmukh.
That's what I was when I was looking, but okay, I'll correct that. Sorry about that, Anjali.
Yeah, that's okay. Thank you.
Maithili. Sanjeev. No. L. Lopez. Jyoti. Jaya.
Hello. Can you see me?
Yeah, I'm glad you were able to sign, log in this thing.
Yes. I have been a long time student of Vijay Kapoorji. I did 1 year of Sanskrit, me and my husband, that was in 2006, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. I wanted to continue, but I was working, a kid in home, and all that didn't work out. In December, I have retired, and now I'm saying, I want to use my time back into the things I used to love. So I'm hoping I'll be able to continue. And more than that, I'm a student of Indian classical music, and many people, I also recently did Ayurvedic counselor program. So when I go to these webinars, they tell me, can you start the invocation? But really, I'm not a great speaker of Sanskrit. So I thought, why don't I learn? Then I can probably pronounce it better. And I tell them, I don't have time right now, but can I do it at some point? But I really want to challenge myself and be able to sing them beautifully. And that would be wonderful. That's my goal. But you're doing a great job, Kumudji. I so much wanted to come to your classes when you were doing these classes from your home.
Yeah.
And you were going to send me the emails, but they were coming to my husband. He never told me that Kumud was sending these emails. Replied to my emails. He said, oh, no, they come to me. I said, why come you never told me?
Yeah. I think I was with you in the Sanskrit class with Vijayji.
Yes. For a whole year. Absolutely.
Yeah.
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 We have been together for a long time.
Mm.
It's a beautiful
Ketan,
journey.
sorry, yeah. Ketan,
Okay. Simri has not joined.
Ketan, okay. Panna,
Okay, here I am. Thank you very much, Kubuji, for undertaking this mission of teaching everybody Sanskrit. My husband is also next to me. He said he'll start to try it out. But yeah, I have been a student of Vijay Kapoor for many years. I think today's lesson was very good because you taught us the Sandhi Vichhed. And I think when you chant, I regularly chant Rudram and Vishnu Sahasranam. I think learning this Sandhi Vichhed will, make it much more easier to remember the meanings of the words.
yes.
Yeah.
It will also help with the Gita verses,
Yes,
like
yes,
where
of
to
course.
break, like that and this, like just doing, vowel and visarga sandhi, you will be able to do that.
Yes, and my greatest regret is I never learned Sanskrit in school. But I have been, my dad used to teach us a lot of shlokas at home. I'm familiar with the language just because of, chanting shlokas very regularly. But now I think learning all these properly in a proper way, I think that will help me a lot.
Good.
Thank you very much again.
Oh, you're welcome. Arvind?
Yeah, hi, namaste all. I'm a returning student of Kumudji because I think the in-person class stopped because of the COVID. So I'm very happy that now I can review what I have learned so far. And of course, I did learn Sanskrit in grade 8 and 9. And then I used to read Bhagavad Gita. I always use the Padachedhanvai Bhagavad Gita, so you understand a little bit more. But there are a few more to learn. That's not enough. So it will help me. And thank you, Kumudji, again to take care of us.
Oh, you're
Namaste.
welcome, Arvind. Okay. Lichi?
Hi. Hi, Kumunji. Thank you so much for teaching us again. I'm just so looking forward to, I am a Sanskrit student again and again and again.
But the nice thing is you don't give up. So that's the something.
I'm just like a snail, got very slow pace. So I'm very, so anyway, I really wanted to learn Sanskrit because such a beautiful language, and especially during the pandemic, I don't have too much chance to learn, so I just do some break Sandy. Even though I don't know the words, so I oftentimes I break in the wrong place, but it's kind of fun. So I hope I could advance my Sanskrit, especially in chanting and breaking Sandy. That's why I really like to do it.
Okay. Anjali Udwani.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I came into Sanskrit a few years ago. I studied Ayurveda, then I studied yoga, but mostly I'm a very diasporic Indian, being Sindhi as my background and then leaving India when I was really little. So I really wanted to come back to my roots. I want to understand when I'm saying my prayers or, mantra chanting and jap, I want to know what I'm saying and how to pronounce it, right? Because the vibration has a lot of strength. So that's why I'm here.
Nice to have you. Okay. Betty? I don't know. Betty will be today.
He's not today.
Betty? No, she's not. Yeah. Tyagu Srinivasan?
Hello, Kumudji. I don't know if you remember me. I used to bring my kids to your Purna Vidya class a long time ago. Both my kids are graduates of your Purna Vidya class, so I do know you. I don't know if you remember me though.
What were the names?
Shankar and Sangavi.
Yeah, I remember.
Right. Right. That was a long time ago. Anyway, so I've been wanting to learn Sanskrit for a long, long time. The couple of times that I tried, both in high school and in college, it was a little bit daunting because of the structure of the language, if I may say so. So I'm trying to read it a little bit more systematically, and I see the first class already is going great. Thank you very much for that. I'm hoping to be able to come out of this class and understand the slokas I chant and be able to, be involved a little bit more while I'm chanting them. For example,
Yeah,
Vishnu
no,
Sahasranam,
I'm going to
Rudram.
use as examples a lot of verses from Bhagavad Gita. So, yeah.
Thank you for that. Yeah, my mother tongue is Tamil, so not whatever Hindi I know, Devanagari is all what I've picked up on my own organically. So it's that much more difficult, and I really want to make an effort to get this straight. So thank you for helping me with that.
Okay. Meenu? No, I saw her. Anyway. Rajkumar Jalan?
Hello, namaskar, Kumudji.
Namaste.
Yeah, namaste. Yeah, I was introduced to Arsha Vidya Center by my good friend Kalpesh.
Okay.
Yeah, and I started taking classes from Vijayji in 2000. I think it was 9-10 time frame, and then I also had the good fortune of taking your Sanskrit classes in, I think it was 2011-12 when you were teaching at Arsha Vidya Gurukulam.
Right. Yeah.
My first attempt at learning Sanskrit was 40 years ago. That was self-study. Of course, I didn't make much progress that time. 10 years ago, it seemed to be going good, but then I think there was a break in the classes, and then after that, I got too busy at work, and sort of that second attempt also didn't go farther, and I retired 2 years ago, and I think now this is a great time when I saw this online class. So I hope to be able to read Sanskrit, understand the scriptures, and so on and so forth someday. So hopefully this time with the online class format, the continuity would be hopefully easier because time and place gaps are bridged easily. So hopefully we'll be continuing for a long time.
Okay. Raj.
Thank you so much.
Sorry. Raj.
Yeah. Namaste, Kumudji. I'm Raj.
Namaste. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have been, I learned Devanagari at school level when I was in India, and I'm from Andhra Pradesh. And I never used Devanagari for a long time until recently when I took a course at Arsha Vidya Gurukulam. It was a 9-week course, and it was very intense. A lot was taught in those 9 weeks. And so I picked up some, and your class is sort of like Mananam for me. I'm going through some of those topics again, and I'm able to pick them up much, much better now because the second time, and I'm understanding a lot more, and the Sandhi rules, how they work. And I think I'm hoping to get to the ability to do Padacheda, to be able to undo the Sandhi and understand more. And hopefully one day try to understand more of the scriptures, like the Shastra level. But I doubt it. It's so deep and so much to learn.
Yes.
Maybe I will get there, but hopefully these classes are really good. You're doing a basics building block by block, and that's helping a lot. So thank you for all.
Thank you. Alok. Gauranga, I think he's from India, joining us from India. Is anybody's name I didn't call out who's present? They can.
Kumaji.
Yes, sorry.
This is Darshna here.
Oh, somehow you wrote to me that you are not going to attend, so that's why I highlighted.
But fortunately, my plans got cancelled, and I'm happy that it got cancelled.
Okay,
so I could attend, and I'm so happy and excited. I had taken Sanskrit in high school,
And I'm a Hindustani classical teacher. So I come across a lot of Sanskrit words and all that, but it's so beautiful. I'm so excited. The first class, I felt I was back to my high school days. And I know it's going to come back, and I'm very, very excited. Thank you very much. Could you do me a favor? My middle name is Bhuta.
Okay, I don't know how. Anyway, I'll correct it. Sorry about that.
No problem. Thank you. The original one had a Bhuta, the correct
That's why
spelling.
I must have got that.
Yeah, the correct one was there. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. So, all right, then we'll end the class. Thank you and good night. Shubh Ratrihi. I will see you next Wednesday, and the class will be on alphabets.
So no homework for next
No,
week?
this one doesn't. This was an introduction class, so no homework.
We got a hall
1
pass
week
this
break
week,
for all of you.
Oh my God. All right.
All right. Good night.
Okay.
Thank you.
night.
Okay.
Shubhratri.
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 Shubhratri.